We are so glad you made it. Uh, I thought we were almost done being able to say that we are so early, but no apes at the Super Bowl. We're so early.
Club NGMI.
Football. Matt Stafford. Odell.
Yeah.
That call was just terrible.
I was wondering if you're just going to name football players. Odell. Burrow.
I've been so out of football that I struggled to keep naming football players. It was pretty bad there for a second. Lou, how was your Super Bowl? How was last week in NFTs?
It was good.
What's going on?
It's good. I had I've been sitting on a Rams ticket for a few months now, so I was excited for that. I hedged a little, like a wimp. So technically, I lost some of the upside there, but I don't know. I thought it was a good game. I knew a couple of people that were at the game. I don't know if you guys saw the Drifter Shoots photo. He was at the game.
That was cool.
That could be a cool one. He's like, yeah, I'm already getting like 50 ETH offers on this. It's like, well, must be nice. But yeah, overall, I think it was good.
Wow. Was friend of the show, Jack Settleman. He also had Rams. He had Rams plus 1,100, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think they were like that. Was it preseason or like first few weeks? Like early in the season, they were around like the third best odds, I think, in the NFC behind like the Bucks and I don't know, probably like the Cowboys or something stupid. But yeah, they're probably Packers actually. But yeah, I mean, even towards the end, like they didn't seem like they'd be the team to come out on top going through the playoffs.
It's the way the cookie crumbles. It's the way the egg tumbles. Pump, how was your Super Bowl? NFTs, what's going on?
Super Bowl's good. I didn't bet any sides or anything. I just did a bunch of props and stuff, so did okay on those. Was kind of disappointed about the no apes, but the discourse on Twitter was just as entertaining as seeing an ape would have been afterwards. So
hey, there was like that one clip of an ape in the eToro commercial
in the
shadow of a building.
Was that a real ape? It looked like a knockoff.
I think it was a real ape.
Was it real? Its eyes looked kind of. We can show it, but the eyes looked kind of off.
Do you have the picture? I can't remember. I didn't inspect it that closely. I didn't inspect it that close. It looked like an ape to me, a real one. But
I feel like if it wasn't an ape, oh man,
there's 10,000. There's 10,000 of them. Go. There's a lot of different traits. You know.
I know. I know.
A lot of different eye traits.
Here, let me show you though.
How did you find that so fast, Pump?
Just search eToro ape on Twitter. See how it doesn't look.
That's one of the eye traits. Is like the goofy eyes. Like
is it?
Yeah. You don't see it's pretty rare. It's a pretty rare eye trait, so you don't see it very often.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Rare. Decently rare.
I just use Google. I Googled eToro ape, and I got nothing. Am I a boomer for doing that? Or do you just go to Twitter all the time now?
I always do Twitter for that kind of stuff and then just click latest.
You want the meme, the mimetic qualities.
Are they crazy eyes? No.
I think it's goofy eyes. Crazy. Is it goofy? I think it's goofy or something.
There's no trait called goofy. How do you not know these traits?
I don't know them off by heart. I'm going to find it though.
Did we just come up with a new segment? Is it called Quiz Babs on ape traits?
There's a wide eye trait that I think.
No, that's not right. I don't think that sounds right.
I bet it's like wide eyed.
Is it wide eyed? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think that's the wide eyed one, right?
Yes.
It kind of looks cross eyed a little. In that photo,
I don't know.
No, it's not wide-eyed. There's another one that's like a weird eye. Keep talking. I'll find it.
It's probably not an ape. This was someone probably right-click saved, edited.
I think it's a fape.
Tony's asking, was this intentional? Oh, you mean intention to have the ape, or was to start the show with this conversation. No, it was not intentional to start the show with ape eye conversation, but
No, we
was
can
it
move
intentional
on.
as an ape
Sorry.
there? Yeah. They look at every frame of these commercials. There's no chance that it was a mistake. Absolutely no chance.
They couldn't even afford a real ape. Come on.
I don't know.
That'd be pretty funny. Babs, put me there? Did your family and did you have friends over? Did you tell them about there might be apes at the party at the Super Bowl? Like, did you build people up, or were they just disappointed? Like, how was
I
that?
didn't have any friends over. It's that time of the night. It's too hectic at my house. Like trying to get 3 kids in bed and COVID, and so I just hung out and had 3 kids crawl on me while the football game was on. So that was fun. But yeah, that was my life. But no, I didn't hype it up too much. Like I have some friends that know I have an ape. I didn't tell them, hey, maybe there's going to be an ape during the halftime show. I actually thought it was not going to happen once the Yuga Labs guys said it wasn't going to. So I don't know why they would say it's not going to happen if it was, right? Like I think they realized it wasn't happening anymore. So I wasn't that disappointed once they said that, because my expectations was it wasn't happening. So and how would you do it where it wasn't cheesy, right? Like I don't really know if I wanted those geezers up there rocking their apes. Like that probably makes it less cool.
Oh God, just the nostalgia seeping through the television.
Oh yeah, like it's like nice that it's catering to the younger crowd. That we realize the younger crowds, it's not us anymore. Like we're the old crowd.
Right.
Like that's our Rolling Stones up there. So I think we're just old.
I'm kind of, like I mentioned in the open, I'm actually vacillating back to we're kind of early in NFT world again, because there was nouns, but you're not going to know that's a nouns glasses unless you're really looking for it. Like I think I told a neighbor oh yeah, look out for the glasses. Like you're talking about NFTs or whatever. And now I look like an absolute dipshit to this person. He is what glasses? What are you talking about? So I don't know that I think there will be more NFTs on the Super Bowl and on the commercials next year than this year, which, I mean, there's more than one, but that's what I mean by we're early as far as mainstream adoption.
Yeah.
I had people talking about Coinbase after that commercial.
That's what I was going to say.
There was different types of people talking about it. There were some girls at the party that I was at that were like, I'm not scanning the screen. What a shitty commercial, and then there's other people that are like, oh yeah, I heard Coinbase is doing this big thing. And so that one was kind of cool, I think. And obviously I don't know, they crashed the site. So enough people were clicking it.
Pump, this is right up your alley. You read the fine print about what they wanted to be eligible, right? For the Coinbase thing.
I just know I scanned it and it said, please verify your tax info or whatever. So I closed the app.
You're quick.
Like the
So,
FTX
no,
thing.
thank you.
They wanted you to
that off
KYC
for so long. Yeah.
So I'm already KYC'd with Coinbase, and I clicked the button, so I'm not eligible. You had to be a new person to KYC, which is very interesting.
Bullish.
Hey,
so the IRS funded that commercial, basically, is what you're saying.
Yep. They say,
Where are the
come on
IRS
over.
commercials? There's a lot of H&R Block. There were a lot of accounting commercials on that for sure.
They're coming. They're coming for our bags.
And I always worry. Do we think once NFTs become that mainstream that they're pumping out commercials, is that when it becomes less cool? Right? Is that good for us or bad for us? If it's mainstream enough.
I'm going to push back at your whole conceit. That implies that NFTs are cool now. Are NFTs cool now?
Very cool. Anyone who owns an ape is really cool. Anyone who doesn't is super lame.
We should definitely clip that for next week.
NFTs need commercials. A marketplace like Coinbase, I could see, but do NFTs themselves need commercials?
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, that's where
Cool Cats need a commercial.
Yeah,
I think having an NFT, you hear, especially apes a lot, will talk about licensing out the IP. I think it was Tropo was going on about it the other day, about how he already has deals in the works and blah blah blah. Could be making it up, but say it's soda company wants to use an ape not to say, look, it's a Bored Ape, but like the character is eventually recognized enough that it's worth it for them to pay someone, if that makes sense. It won't be a, hi, we're Yuga Labs, go buy these monkeys. It'll be
It's more like Jenkins,
featured.
the
Yeah,
Jenkins,
Big and
or
Jenkins.
whatever.
it'll
Yeah.
be featured in a commercial, or a new food company makes one of the apes their mascot or something. So.
Bag pump alert, but that also reminds me of Bobu with Azuki, where it's one character that's fractionally invested, or it's going to be fractionalized. So then, if there's a Bobu commercial or Bobu's marketed, it's a more accessible entry point into the future blue chip, red
Right.
beans forever Azuki verse. So I think that's another avenue in. But it's you're right. I think it's individual IP and then storytelling around that IP versus a project. Because no one but us idiots really care about specific projects that much. I don't think, or identify with them.
Yeah.
Pretty niche still.
It's hypnotized eyes is a trait. I found
That's what I was thinking. But it was like,
hold on,
those are
I
colored,
found
right?
it. What is this?
No, that's not the right one. He said
It's
wide
not
eyes.
it.
It's not
That's
even
wide
right.
eye. I think it is the
Wrong. I
hypnotized
found
ones.
it. Baltimore,
Oh.
get out of here.
I need to put Baltimore in
New
timeout. I
member
can't.
of Club MGMI.
Yeah, welcome aboard, Baltimore. Happy to have you.
I think like when it comes to the commercials side of it, like people were expecting so much. Wasn't Trapo like down sad that there wasn't enough ape talk?
He was down really
Like,
bad.
Oh, he was like lashing out to people on Twitter, like,
Yeah.
don't make jokes about it. He was very upset.
It's like, sorry, like they didn't have Pixel Vault on there either. Doesn't he have a say in that? Like he could have had his ape from the Elite Apes, since everyone wants his one. It was the top seller, right? Maybe he should have done something with his.
Just the amount of money that it takes to get anything featured on a Super Bowl broadcast, and then the amount of approvals that it needs. Think of the giant boomer at NBC. It was on NBC. Gets that on his desk. Hey, Snoop and Eminem want to throw up a picture of these monkeys on the TV. The old 75-year-old that just got his diaper changed is probably like, what the fuck? No, we're not doing that. So it's going to take more mass adoption before I think people got a little cart before the horse on the ape stuff. But
well, we're in a small world, and we have these big stars in our small world, like the apes and rest in peace the punks, and we think they're a big deal. And like that's going back to my thesis of we're still pretty early. Like people know of NFTs, and one person I recently talked to, their touchstone for NFTs was still the Beeple $69 million sale, because that hit like mainstream media hard. And like, oh, I saw it on CNN, the Journal, whatever. I do think we're still early. There's going to be many more storylines that touch on mainstream media. Hopefully they're positive versus, stuff like Beanie. But 2022, it's the year of mainstream adoption for NFTs. I'm hopeful.
I do think like Bored Ape, when they open their clubhouse and stuff, like that could be another thing that reaches mainstream. Like, oh, a big NFT brand opened their own club in Miami, and you need certain like ApeCoin or an NFT to get in. Like that stuff would probably be talked about, right? Like it's something different than we have right now, than just like pictures of animals, right? Like I think that's what probably makes it reach the next level is other uses for utility that are different than what we have right now, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, so Babs is calling for an NFT winter so people can build and then we spring out. Okay. Thanks, Babs. Good.
I think there are people that secretly are building that stuff. Hopefully, like that's my hope.
Absolutely.
Is like people are building it. We won't see it for 8 months is my hope. But
well, it's a good answer to people when they're like, well, who would spend that much money on a picture? And you're like, you can go to this club or whatever. But that's the thing, is the amount of money you have to pour into building a physical location like that to have it be like true luxury to justify the price of the NFTs has to be like insane. Like it'll have to be, if you own an ape, free bottle service all night. Like it's got to be good entertainment. Like top
Gotta be worth
notch.
100
And that's
Ethereum.
it's so it's so hard to execute that well and keep it sustained. So I hope they can make it work. But
That reminds me of the sushi restaurant, the Gary V sushi restaurant.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Of like you saying that everything should be comped or whatever. Maybe, but that was literally to get admission.
There's a lot of people that pay money for access to stuff right now.
Yeah.
Like a golf club or a random resort that only 100 people can get into or something, you know? And they don't even use it sometimes. Like the ultra rich people just pay for that shit and don't care if they use it more than once a year.
Think how many people have country club memberships and might golf 5 times a year there, right? Like it's it's no different really. Like it's just what rich people like to do.
It's at a larger scale, yeah.
Wait, hold on. We got a bag pump alert. Babs, do you have Links DAO still?
I never had it. I was busy that day. I forgot to mint, and it's like it was kind of going slow, and then I didn't mint it. Yeah.
You want to golf with Steph Curry?
Wait, Steph is in that?
Yeah, I think he bought. Was. Yeah, he bought.
He had one of each, I think, at one point.
Was there a piece of news or something, or is it just to Bab's golf comment?
No, I'm just giving him a hard time because the Links DAO. Because we're coming up with these use cases and like, there's an NFT for that. Oh, there's an NFT for that. It's kind of.
I can't post in the chat, but maybe Gum can bring it up. Ape6189. I think that's the one in the picture.
Yeah, it's hard to see the horns, but
can you see? Yeah,
it is.
Oh, you said that already? Oh, I missed that. I was too busy scrolling.
Oh, I thought that's what you were saying. Is that
no? I thought I was looking. I was scrolling, and I think that's the one because the same mouth and the same shirt and the same eyes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Looks like that.
That guy's rich now. Hey.
Yeah. After spending 60 Ethereum. Or 80.
Oh, is that what it's bought for?
80 is bought for. Yeah.
They have a 60 or 80 offer.
Yeah, for 80. Yeah. I think that person's already rich. Or group. Maybe it was the eToro account.
Look
a lot of transfers going on.
Look at all these transfers. That's dangerous. That guy, dangerous game.
Yeah. They're like in and out of the hot, cold wallets.
Yeah.
I wonder why they would do that. Maybe they list it every time and then would move it back. Maybe that's actually what happened.
It's weird though.
Who knows what those
or
guys...
like switching it back and forth for when you needed it for airdrops or something. Oh.
We'll see. We can find out. We'll get to the bottom of this.
He's doing white lists, doing collab labs on the Discords every single time.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The ultimate danger.
Lou, thank you for having these show topics. You did more prep than I normally do for a show, and you
haven't done any of the show topics yet.
Oh, we're steering into it. Cereal Club, Tasty Bones, Dutch Auction, Whitelist Meta. So, can you give me a quick rundown on Cereal Club? Because I remember Babs was big into them. Like, oh, Cereal Club looks cool, and Tasty Bones. I just missed all of Tasty Bones, and then we can get into the mechanics of it. So, what do you have on Cereal Club and/or Tasty Bones?
Cereal Club, I feel like we've been watching for a while now. They were around the same time as Squiggles is when they popped up, but Squiggles did like a rebrand to not just completely copy Doodles, but they ended up having a similar mechanic on the drops. And then Tasty Bones is more, I hadn't really heard of it until like a week or two ago. They only have 5,000 in their collection versus 10K in Cereal Club. Cereal Club, you joined in if you had a Doodle, you were able to get whitelists, I believe. And then
a cool cat.
Babs was trying to get doodles from people. I think he got on the whitelist. They found out he didn't have a doodle and they kicked him off of the list.
I tried it twice. I got rugged both times.
Yeah. But yeah. And
that's how much I wanted in the Cereal Club.
Mikey's saying you had a bizarre infatuation with Cereal Club. But I mean, Babs has been telling me Cereal Club is one that if you can mint it, and they've even dropped the price. It's Dutch auction. People were complaining that 1 ETH was too much, so they dropped it down to half ETH to start the Dutch auction, and then half of what it ends at, which probably is going to be 0.5 ETH, is going to be for the whitelisters. So this one to me seems like almost a no-brainer to get
Like-
a part of.
Like Tasty Bones are selling for 1.6, 1.7 today.
Yeah.
And like, I think these are a little cooler looking. So
Yeah.
Again, I can't tell how the secondary is going to be because that stuff I get wrong a lot, but I feel like at 0.5, it feels safe-ish. But I could be wrong, like not financial advice.
TC Bones were, and I was talking about this on the show earlier with Tyler that I had, that the TC Bones look more like a doodle derivative of just the skeleton doodles.
Definitely, yeah.
Like all of the work as far as like the Tasty Bone logo and stuff just looks like exactly what doodles did, and they're all the skeletons. These, it seems like there's some different stuff. Like if you get one of the spoons, like that'd be cool, I think. But yeah, it's hard to call these different, really, but I do like the art behind it, and it seems like they're listening to the community and not trying to look like a cash grab, like obviously Squiggles look like. But I mean, I plan to mint. I'll probably try it in the Dutch.
Yeah, I think they're definitely like they're technically a Doodles derivative, but they look. I feel like cereal. I can't remember a cereal-based PFP. I feel like we've had almost every food and every animal, and so
So it's very original because it's cereal.
well, no,
like some of them
that's what
look
I'm
like that one.
saying.
Some of them look cool. Like that one looks like
Yeah.
I think
it's
enough
kind of the
will look
art that
different. Yeah,
it's the art that like looks good as PFPs. Like it's
Yeah,
clean, it's simple, like it's recognizable too. Like I think if you had that as a PFP, people would know it's Cereal Club, which I think is a good thing. Like one of my issues with, and I'm going to say this wrong, Karafuru, is they all look so different. It's hard to even tell they're all the same collection, right? Like, I think it says a lot when you can tell instantly, knowing what brand it is, right? Like Cool Cats are very good for that. Bored Apes, like.
Yeah, that's something that I've talked about with some people last week, how like doodles are like that, where you see rainbow puke, you think doodles.
Well, and like I like that furry guy because he stands out. He's clearly part of the collection, but
probably one of one.
But different enough, yeah.
I like
Cookie
that.
Monster.
What about this one? This one's cool.
Yeah, that one's really cool.
All right. If there's no way that's part of the collection, but if I get it, I will eat a bowl of red beans, just straight up red beans, kidney beans on show on the stream next week. No,
All right.
easy.
I don't think it is. They posted this.
It was
they
like
are
a collab. Right?
They're using the 721A, and then they just brought on Zagabond or whatever his name is as an advisor on their team with a couple other people that had decent resumes. I don't know how much it means when they do that stuff, but
does that mean if it's selling out at 0.5 and it's going fast that we can pump the gas and not be too worried?
Correct.
I think it's going to sell at 0.5.
Well, so do I. But how much gas you're paying is the thing, right? But maybe because of this, I'd be less scared to pump it, right? Like,
yeah.
I mean, I think if it was a 1,
I mean, look at this
it's a little different. Like you're probably paying under 1 over. Like Cool Cats was what, around 0.8 ish after gas?
On the public mint. I was at 1. I was 1.09.
Yeah.
Don't talk. Dangy was yelling out the wrong clue.
It was right for me.
That's also why I'm a little
books. It's books.
That's kind of why I was excited that they switched it off of the 1.
Not books. Mine was Puffy.
Puffy was your word?
Well, after I wrote books the first time, I don't know what the first one was.
Well, and Babs, I got in at 0.65 on the Cool Pets too.
I know you did. Well, it's because if you got it right away, you didn't have to pump as much. But I tried typing in books and then I failed and then I panicked and then you speed up the gas quickly then.
Oh,
it's a doodle alien.
What do we think the chances that this Azuki dev turns into the mouse dev and just does the rounds of like, I'm an advisor on every single project and it works for the first like 3. And then eventually you're like, yeah, whatever, buddy. I don't care anymore. Because right now, like when we're assessing projects and we see them just pop up, we'll see oh, it's ERC 721A, it's an Azuki contract. That's bullish. Like that's all that it takes. And
Yeah, right now.
I've written a 721A smart contract that works. It's not much different than 721.
Rocket
It's
science.
very similar.
I
So
think it's
that's asking when these are, and they're tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern.
yeah, that's
No,
the Dutch.
8
and then-
p.m. 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Why don't we talk about that, like the order they're doing it in and the different allocations, right? So they're doing the Dutch public first, and then the next day is whitelist. What do you guys think? That's a good thing for them? For us, a bad thing?
Azuki model.
I think
So
it could backfire. I think in this one it'll be fine.
Backfire on the team and the project?
well, it could backfire on us if there's not enough second guys. Right? Like you don't get to
Yeah.
see the demand. Like that's the risk. Where if you do pre-sale first, at least you know what the demand is, which can be a good thing, can be a bad thing. I actually think for this one, it's better for us. Like I think we have a better shot at not having an absolute gas war, right? Like there's 7,500 of these. I think it sells at 0.5, but at least I don't think you're gonna have to blast like 3,000.
3,000, yeah.
Right?
Well, and
Like,
with it going public first, I clicked on their website to look at their smart contract. It's not available yet because I'm assuming it's not published yet. So there's less time for bots to go get their plan of attack
Figure it out.
versus if it's pre-sale on the same contract and then public at X time.
That's a good point.
We've been
That's a good
toast for
point.
months.
That's a good point. Which
Yeah.
Cool Cats was really good with, right? Like I actually appreciated what they did for the public. So
Yeah.
100%.
Do you think that's why they did it this way?
What do you mean?
To not get that sort of botted automatically kind of thing?
could be.
So they explained in the whitelist chat for Serial Club because people were complaining about having
Yeah.
to
No,
go
the
second.
whitelist.
Excuse
chat,
me.
the whitelist
Yeah,
chat.
Pump,
Well,
I hopped
it's-
in there. Pump was saying he was like battling people off, so I like
Dude,
hopped in there. He's like,
they-
you don't want to be in there.
So at first they started with a 1 ETH Dutch auction, and these people just went ballistic. I'm not paying that.
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't have to. Fine. I'm not going to pay more than 0.2 for my whitelist, man. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So then they changed it, which I was surprised by, but I think that's fine. But they were advertising it. The team was like, well, we're having you go second so that you can see what the floor is, because the whitelist is going to be half of the cheapest mint in the Dutch auction. So like you guys can go second. That way you can see the activity for a day and decide if you still want to spend, in this case, 0.25 on it. So that way you don't go first and then it dies afterwards.
Yeah.
So I get both sides of it. I don't have a strong preference, I guess. I just love that they're doing 7,500 public and 2,500 whitelist, one per wallet or one per account. I think that's a good.
Wait. Public, it's one per account?
No, okay.
Whitelist.
Okay.
The public is 5 per wallet limit.
Is it 5 per transaction too, Gope?
I think it's 5 per wallet, but I can double check.
Yeah, but like
the
5 per
whitelist-
wallet could mean 1 per transaction. You got to fire 5, right? Like
Yeah, I will.
theoretically.
Mm.
I'll find
That's the one
out.
thing I wasn't sure. Like I saw the 5 per wallet, but I wasn't sure. Can I do that all in one shot, or are they saying it's 2 per transaction? You got to fire it multiple times, right?
It just says each address will be able to mint up to 5 Serial Club NFTs.
There you
It
go.
doesn't say 5 by 1 or 1 by
Yeah.
5.
So I guess we'll
a
see
wallet
tomorrow.
total.
Yeah.
We'll see tomorrow. I guess.
I'm so bullish on these. I'm so excited.
Are you that
I'm so-
bullish?
Oh boy.
I'm so far. Here's how far down the road I am.
Look at
I'm
this
already
guy.
down the road where I want to like show my daughter my Serial Club NFT and then like feed her Serial Club cereal because
So
those
are
of you
doing
who've been
cereal.
paid attention to me and my NFT career, anything that's like bridging from NFTs into physical, it's not merch. Like I don't care too much about merch, but like weird stuff like the Italian honey, like give me cereal. I can get cereal at my door for having an NFT.
Serial Club cereal line, baby.
are
I'm
you
so
so are you firing 5 then, Daggy? Is that your
I think I'm
five?
gonna go 5.
Okay, I think I was settled on 5 too. But I don't know. I'm gun shy ever since Pixelmon. I was probably saying today that like maybe that's kind of a wimp attitude, but Pixelmon just made me gun shy.
But you're not just getting one. That's the other benefit to it. Like if you're spending 3 ETH and you're getting 3 of them, I think you feel a little better about it because it's not like I don't know what's the lowest the floor is going to go in that first 24 hours. Like people are 0.25 on the
Wait
raffle,
until
right?
Eric Z, who's on a plane, sees the doodle floor. Just wait until he sees that.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah, and that was the example, Babs, when they were complaining about the original price. Was everybody's like, well, what about Pixelmon? What about Pixelmon? And then they were saying, well, when Cool Cats minted, they were only 0.02. I'm like, bro, that's so results oriented bullshit analysis.
Yeah,
Well,
is.
and when they did doodles, it was only 0.123. I'm like, yeah, and those cost
Totally.
almost an ETH to mint after gas. So
Pump, what does Easy say? What's Easy saying
what do
in
you
the
mean?
Discord about price? Yes, yesterday's price is not today's price. All right,
Right.
Sierra
Well,
Club people.
it's one, so you can just pick. I know people are more likely to remember the negative things instead of positive, but you can't just stick to Pixelmon and be like, well, what about that? I said, okay, well, Azuki was 1 ETH, same model, and they're doing okay. And no one had a problem paying 1 ETH for those. So I don't know. People like to pick and choose shit that, like, without considering all the other successful projects or the cheap ones that failed and flopped.
Yeah. Okay. It feels like an easy decision to fire 5 on these, though. It just helps to talk it through, so I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it is good to find out if you can do 5 in one transaction or not.
I would
That'll be an
I would
important one.
imagine. I don't know why they wouldn't want you to. I think it's just 5 per wallet is all.
Yeah, it just seemed weird the way they worded it is 5 per wallet, but didn't say per transaction, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to SA saying he's loading up all his wallets for this. The new MetaMask update, I have a bunch of wallets from CMY Cats. It just pushed that like accept button way too far down for me as a multi-walleter. It's very annoying. Can't Des do something? Ugh, I hate it.
Scroll. You have to scroll so far.
I mean, I can't. I really hate it. Go ahead, Lou. I was gonna pivot hard.
On what?
See, I like that green cat looking one. Like they're enough different. They look different enough that they're not all the same.
And
you know,
and like the heads can be their own thing. Like you see in
Yeah.
a lot of those, there people are doing like Photoshop stuff with them. So I think that'll help with it.
And this
I'm
last
I'm
comment,
excited for these. It helps to talk it through. Thank you.
people have a, this is kind of cheesy, but people have a nostalgic connection to cereal because every kid shoveled sugary cereal down their throat when they were a kid, right? So like it's something everybody can connect to. There will be people that like, I want to go buy a Fruit Loop one off a secondary because I didn't mint one with Fruit Loops in the bowl.
Yeah.
Whether, I mean, it's stupid as hell, but that's what's gonna happen.
What cereal did you choose in there?
It was an easy. Anyone, if you guys say the wrong
in their
one,
Discord.
Yeah, if you say the wrong one, we can't be
I did
friends
Cinnamon
anymore.
Toast Crunch.
Yeah, that's the right answer. If you
Same.
didn't pick that one,
I'm in Cocoa Puffs in there.
Oh,
I wasn't
God.
sure what
Oh, God.
when I joined, I wasn't sure what the whole selecting one was. So
you picked
I
the worst
thought
one. You picked the worst
well, I
one because like
looked
there's
at
less
how
better
many were getting
chance.
clicked, and I thought I'd have a better chance at whitelist if I
If you
didn't
did
click
the
a
least
popular one.
popular, I've
Yeah.
done that before for
But then
other
I just
stuff.
stayed in Cocoa Puffs because it was like a brown and people were chatting in there.
Yeah.
And every once in a while you just hop in and you're like, oh, Cocoa Puffs. And that's your way of like chatting, you know?
One Cocoa Puff, one Cocoa Puff.
Yeah, exactly. One puff equal one
Maybe
puff.
part of the problem with these, I was so hyped for these, but it felt like it took so long to come that like you lose hype after a while. Like I remember being hyped for these like a month and a half ago. It felt like, right?
Yeah.
Babs, please.
Just trying to step into a joke there, isn't he?
I think so.
Yeah.
What was the joke?
They took a long time to come.
Was that because it was 6 weeks? That's
So-
a long time in NFTs.
Was it only 6 weeks? I feel like it's been longer.
It
than
felt
that.
like it's been forever.
I feel like this is like the Discord I've been in since last year.
Yeah, it might have been like right before Christmas. I can't
Yeah.
really remember.
It was.
Do
All right,
do
last-
you all?
Oh, it was a sex joke. I was being
Yes. Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
You guys are dirt. You have dirty minds. I'm just like enjoying my cereal, my cinnamon toast crunch, watching my Saturday morning cartoons. You guys have dirty gutter mouths and.
It's Valentine's Day, Babs. I mean,
yeah.
come on.
Okay, quick question. Do you guys, even if you don't eat cereal, when you did, do you drink the milk when the cereal is gone, like an adult?
Yeah. That's also why I like Cocoa Puffs, because you get chocolate milk at the end.
That's true.
You can't just
That's
throw
the
it away.
benefit
That's a
of
waste of
Cocoa
milk.
There are
There's
people in the
starving
world
kids
who won't, like my wife, she will not drink the cereal milk, and I make fun of her for it every single time. Dumps it down the drain.
For these like cereal choices, is this like your treat cereal or is this your like everyday driver cereal? Because I can't be out here eating Cinnamon Toast Crunch every day.
Oh,
Right.
no. I don't buy it at the store, or I will. Like, I'll finish a box in like a day or two, or eat the whole box in one sitting. It's disgusting.
I used to
Add
eat
this to
cinnamon
the
toast crunch
pantheon
like
of-
3 times a day. Like it'd be like my dinner.
Oh
That's
my
probably why I
gosh.
was also fat as a kid. But
This will go on the dangiest things that I've ever revealed, but I think Raisin Bran would be my daily driver cereal if I had to pick one.
Or Life. Raisin
For Life.
Bran. I had a Raisin Bran kick at one point in time in my life.
Raisins are so bad. They're terrible. They're like shriveled
I
little
love
grapes.
chocolate covered raisins though.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes, Gump, that's exactly what they are. That's literally.
I know.
they're
but
shriveled little
it's
grapes.
like, just like when you
Raisins
say
are
it
like-
out loud, I knew that they're shriveled grapes, but like, just eat a grape.
Uh,
I don't know.
I don't like grape nuts. That was a dark period of my childhood when my family ate a lot of grape nuts. All right, everybody, we're very topical on this show, and we're going to expand out from NFTs. The latest craze, which is Wordle. So I've prepared a couple words for. I already know them, so I'm not going to participate. So the three of you all,
You have to teach
Blue,
me how
Pump,
to
and
play
Babs.
though. I've never played.
we'll teach you. We'll teach you, Babs. Don't
Okay,
worry.
are these real words? Like, did it have to be a real word when you created it?
Not in the dictionary, but very relevant to NFTs at the very least.
Okay.
So, Babs, here's what you're gonna do. I'll let Lou probably pick the first one because I think Lou's a Wordle pro. You'll easy is saying if you.
That's honestly that's not a bad first word. It's got all the good letters in it. Let's
lot
go
of
with
vowels.
urine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
Jewel.
I'll type it in for you. Urine, and then it'll give you yellow if it's in the wrong. If there's no
Ooh.
animation, so I kind of hate it, but
Yeah. So yellow means it's in the word, but it's in the wrong spot right now.
Oh, okay.
Green would mean it's in the right spot, right word.
correct.
Yep. So I and N are definitely not in.
Yeah.
Correct. So now you got to pick another word to go with. What are we thinking?
This is going to make for some riveting content.
Yes. Steve.
Oh, I'll vamp. Don't worry. We're good. So these are fairly obvious NFT words. Would you all, people in the chat, can you help these folks out? Bose is staying thick. Marquis
Or can't be.
and Tim.
Can't be
Wagme.
that either at this point.
Are we doing this as a team? Like, or what? What's?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a team thing. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So
It can't be curved, David. 'cause
it could
he's
start with
aroused.
R.
Rugged
It could
without
be
it.
curved
Rugged without it.
Oh, it can't be
without- with
curved, yeah.
Only
Can't be
one
curved.
G.
because
Rugged
it
with
can't
one
end
G.
with E.
Rugged.
Rug. Oh man. It could be RU.
It's got to be R
Something.
something, right? It feels like. But
See, Eric has a great point. It's cool to do intentional wrong things to get more info. So I'll
Yeah.
normally knock out vowels first. That can be a first play.
we do like
but
round. No,
Oh,
'cause
you
that would
guys
only get
don't
you
use
one.
hard mode?
Because you could do
Hard
like
mo- hard
round.
mode,
You
you would
don't.
have
You do
to
like
have those
round,
two.
but that one because there's no because there's already an N. Like it only gets you
Route. You could do,
Route.
but E is
Yeah,
not. You know it's not correct.
Yeah, we don't want to waste that.
Tor.
cured.
E Toro.
Cured. Someone in the chat said cured. That's a good
Cured
one.
would
That's not
work
an
in
NFT.
here.
It's not an NFT word,
Cured.
but let's do it because that'll get some new
Cured?
letters. Yeah.
Can't be runes.
Ooh, runes.
Oh,
So the R is in the right
Oh,
spot.
okay.
okay.
So I think the E and U are probably just flipped,
Erep.
right? So it's
Terra.
blank ERU.
I mean, you can only have U's over here. You can only be in these last two spots, right?
I know.
Yeah.
So
And E can
I
only be
think
in
the
these.
middle
No word ends in no. It wouldn't end in U. That's weird. That's a weird word to end in U, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's the middle three letters are ERU at this point.
Sir, ma'am, we're not getting anything in
Mutes.
otherwise. So why not do some Wordle with your buddies?
Uh,
So
I don't know. I'm stupid. I
generally,
hate this game.
E is on the left side, U is on the right side. But then the way that I would usually do this is like, what could an RU blank?
Serum.
So serum?
Serum.
Yeah. I think that's it. Yeah.
It
All
is.
right.
Serum.
Yeah, that's right. Look at that.
I'm so smart.
Baz
Oh,
is the
jeez.
eighth one.
Wow.
Jeez.
Wow, three
That's
is
solid.
good. Three's above
Gotta be
average.
good looking and smart. Jeez, I got it all.
All right, I'm gonna do.
no one paid attention to my comment.
Oh yeah, you're the full package there, Babs.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna do another one. At least one more. We might do
All right,
a third
Babs,
one.
what's the first word here?
One of my
Make sure
favorites
it's got vowels.
is train because it has some popular consonants and two
Yeah.
popular vowels.
I like
let's do
starting with
train.
heart. That's another one I like.
Heart's a
to
good
go
one.
Let's do train. That's a
Train.
good one.
with. Train, it could be train models.
Okay, so we got two vowels already.
Bose, in what world do you think I'd be that self-involved to do my own name? That'd be incredible.
It would have fit. So I think it's gonna be. I still think the A and the I might be connected to each other, but just like shifted over to the left one.
The chat's sharp. It's probably a Zuki because dang, he's a.
Ooh, try a Zuki. Wow. Ooh.
Do it.
Can we get this in two?
I don't think this is it. Oh, shit.
Chat's so
In
sharp.
two.
Oh my
Dang.
god, we're just talking to Zuki before the show.
That's solid.
Oh god
Wow.
damn.
Brian
See, I don't-
or Bose
here's
was
the trick
first
for
to
you
say
Yeah,
all.
Bose was the first one.
You all just need to let me get one queued up. You just need to let the
Alright.
chat
Yeah, the
figure
chat.
it out for you.
We'll just
and then
delay
We're
listen.
like,
long enough
not
while the
look at the
chat's
chat.
smart, and then we look super smart, right? Okay, let's do
Ooh.
heart. That's a good one too, right? Heart to start.
Yep.
No, let's start with magic. David's.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah.
oh, terrible.
Ouch.
Wow, wow.
Oh no.
How about round?
Wow.
Round.
David. Oh.
Round is the next
Round?
good word. Yep.
Round.
Two more
Round.
vowels. Yeah.
And round or route?
ND.
Round. ND.
ND. Yeah.
Yeah.
This has to have a couple hits here.
Oh, there.
SA, can you give me a blue-red floor, please?
Round.
What about like punch? That's not a
It's not an NFT word.
NFT related word.
That would give us. Well, we
No,
already
no,
did
'cause we already had a
as well.
C.
I was thinking
How about
nonce,
Dutch?
but
Dutch.
it was gone.
No,
There's
way.
an N in there though.
Yeah.
Punks
Punks is good. Oh, punks
Do
is
it.
good.
could work.
Yeah, it could be it. Punks.
That's it.
That's it. He's
Look at
smiling.
Danny snickering.
Oh, we're
Dang
so smart.
it. Wow, we're
You
too
guys-
sharp
you guys
at
did-
this.
You guys did better with this than I thought you would. Babs was like, "Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing." Then, all I have to do is read the
Use
chat.
the Zuki, you know.
When you shrink the word pool down to it has to be NFT related, I think
words.
it's a lot easier. Because in the real game, it's just like the most random ass shit. Like random words.
Oh, see, I didn't understand. I didn't realize I could even type in there.
Yeah. I didn't
What?
realize that for a while either.
What's wrong with the
But-
clicking? I don't understand. Oh, just clicking
Just
just bothers
slower.
him.
Yeah.
We'll worry
This-
about
see-
speed tomorrow at 8 p.m.
Nunks, Nunks, So the hardest words on Wordle is when they double the letters like that.
Hate it.
Mhm.
Because no one ever thinks to do that. They're trying to get as many different letters on there. That's
Absolutely
the
hate
real.
it.
They had like Knoll one day, I think, right? The KNOLL. That was
Mhm.
probably the hardest one I had. But that's cool. Little Wordle.
Let's take
Oh my god.
what?
Chenko made a Nazuki hot dog.
Let's see it.
Oh yeah, it's got like chili beans on it.
Here, I'll pull it up.
I
Sorry
mean,
to interrupt. It just looked
rumor
for-
has it that the hot dogs contract is going to use the 721A
just-
standard.
You just said that earlier.
No, I said I was writing a contract with that. I didn't say the dogs were.
All right, there it is.
We you get out of here.
Oh my god.
That's good.
Yeah,
You should have done more like Azuki stuff with the top part, though.
maybe
Yeah,
like
that
a
feels a
samurai
little-
sword on the back or something.
Something, or like one of those big swords, the big wooden ones. That'd
Yeah,
be
or a
cool.
mask.
Big
No.
sword.
On the
I
back.
bet
a
we
big
know
sword,
a guy
big
that
ass
could add
sword.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Or like the mask, side mask thing.
I might
yeah.
have
There's
to-
tons of like Azuki traits you could have done on there
Well,
that would look
yeah.
good.
We'll
Or
work
a
on it.
Sprite one, a Sprite,
Wow.
Ooh.
a Sprite Doug, right?
I like
That'd be
that.
cool.
a spirit tug.
Oh, I mean that's what I meant. Why did I say Sprite?
I was like, are you,
Because
I'm too poor for
Yeah.
I'm too poor for
I was
Spirit.
like, did
so
the
I call it
dogs
Sprite.
team up with Sprite? Did
No,
Sprite
Yeah.
buy out hot
the
dogs?
spirits. I'm too poor
When
for
is-
it anyway, so I don't need to pronounce it right.
when's that Sprightly game coming out, by the way?
Never.
All right, what game
Yeah,
comes
man.
out first? Sprite game or Raid Party?
No, ooh, probably raid party. Didn't we?
Is it-
What was the raid party one we had last week? We were wondering if it would come out by the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. You
Did
could play
not.
on the main net.
Yeah.
can't
that
do that.
sucks.
Is it too painful for me to ask more questions? Because I literally I sold and I left the thread.
No, you
Is
can
it too
ask it.
painful?
No.
Okay,
I'm
what's
fine.
going on with Raid Party?
Well, they delayed again. They said they were going to start. It was supposed to start on Saturday originally.
The 9th.
The
Is
9th.
when the beta was supposed to.
Well, yeah, but the actual game was supposed to start the 12th, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
They want to do 3 days in beta with no major bugs, and every time they find one and fix it, it resets the clock. But the test net was down for a whole whopping 8 hours, and we're like, they're going to use this as an excuse, and they did. So their communication, I will say, has gotten extremely better, and they've been posting like lengthy explanations about why they're doing things this way. So
I actually appreciate, like, I don't appreciate them doing the sale before the game was actually ready.
right.
I do appreciate them now taking the time to make sure it's right.
Yeah. That
So
was
like,
my
as,
main problem.
so like as much as pissed as I am that they did the sale without the game being ready, like to me that's like a soft rug almost.
Yep.
They can redeem
No
themselves
comment.
if they release a game that's good and ready and doesn't have a bunch of issues, and people will forget about it within 10 days, right? Like,
Yeah.
don't forget the fact that we got rugged on the actual drop if it's good. So I appreciate them taking the time. I think if they release it and the game has bugs and they have to stop it, then that's like a death knell. So take the
Yep.
time before you release it.
Yeah.
Price has recovered.
It's not
Big-
dead.
Yeah,
not
It
like,
came-
the fighter floor is half an ETH, and it minted at 0.6, right? For a fighter,
Yeah.
like they're only
But-
down like 80% or they're at 80% of mint.
Yeah.
Is what I mean.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, it was before the other delay. Fighters got up to I think 0.67 or something. So it was like it was
Yeah.
kind of
You're building
pumping
momentum.
until the next delay. It was building momentum, right? And then
Yeah.
they just killed it
Yeah.
again. So
This last one didn't see nearly the crash that the
No.
initial delay caused. It was hardly noticeable. There were a few listings, but I think if you're in it now, like you are in it until this game
Right.
comes out. You're not just gonna. You've had time to dump, so
that's what I'm hoping. Like another month of this, and maybe Pixelmon will be the same, right?
Pixelmon's bounced back to 2, right?
that's
Not,
Q2,
it's a generous round up to 2, but it's
Wasn't it
not
like 1.8?
1.6
yeah.
right now.
Is it? Got up to 1.75 at one
Yeah,
point.
it almost got to 2.
The papers, there's always waiting. There's like anytime. You think
Yeah.
by now they would be packed their bags and out of there, but
God, that Pixelmon hurts. It still hurts.
It's scarred. It scarred literally everyone that participated in it.
Yeah.
Not just us.
I probably would have got over it better if I didn't mint 2. If I just minted 1, like I think I would have moved on from it by now. But like the fact that I fired 2, like I'm still scarred. Just like stupid, right?
Yeah.
When we were chasing at the time, some of us, myself included, were chasing our raid party fail.
Correct.
Because we were like, it was a fresh wound from the initial dump when they delayed raid party. It's like, all right, hyped mint, 1,500 pendings in the first 5 minutes. No, not happening.
They're just doing everything in their power to make it pump, though. Like, you guys are going to get tokens. You guys are going to get land. Like, at least they're like throwing out all the stops. So that's nice. But
Do we know when they're going to reveal or like never?
it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be 1 week after
I thought
the
it was
mint,
today,
and I can't remember when we
wasn't
minted it. When did we mint it?
I thought it was supposed to be today, or maybe it's tomorrow.
Yeah, it probably was a week
tell
ago
you.
now, wasn't it?
It minted early in the week. It might have minted
7
on
days
Monday,
ago
last
today.
Monday. No.
Yep.
I thought
They were
today was
saying
when they were supposed to reveal.
Oh, yeah, it was supposed to be a week after.
Don't know.
That was just a week ago. That feels like so long ago for me.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was long. It was a long week.
Very.
Oh my God. That's really messing with me. Let's lean into let's lean far away from Wordle. Wordle was pure fun.
Mhm.
Let's go away from pure fun to maybe pure evil. Let's talk 888. Our guy 888, the circle, the jerk, the guy who the porn reply guy. Was it porn that he replied to all the time? Like it was like women on the internet.
He was like, DM me something. Yeah.
Like there were like a few of those and I remember that on the way up when the 888 Genesis was just skyrocketing, and then Babs would find one and be like, hey, look at this creep. You're like, oh great, look at the number go up. Turns out he wants to do a Dutch auction from 11.11 with a resting price of 8.88.
Yeah. So
what's the collection size?
Hey, he took away that resting price. He's pretty
there's
honorable.
a couple layers here. One is, I think they got pressured out of having a bottom price to it, and it no longer has that. But isn't BT big? Isn't it his project? And 888 is just partnered with him. But 888
one or the other, like
they're hit with everything now. I mean, the idea of it does seem pretty cool, but does it seem $25,000 not knowing how it's going to turn out cool? Probably not.
What's it even for? Can somebody like fill me in on what do you get?
So it's an orb within the Gala universe. So it's going to earn for Gala. And the way that I understand it is it has like a background sky and like sunset. Each one has its own like landscape to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's generative art and music. So the way that BT described it in his video was it's on an endless loop. And I think he said as long as the internet lasts, it will keep going endlessly and you won't repeat. So it's got some like crazy code to it.
Why do I have to pay $25,000 for music in my video game?
Yeah, so I think it depends on how much it earns. Like, if it earns a lot, like what if it earns as much as a sheep? Then it's probably worth 80th, right?
It's like the two biggest scammers in NFTs, Gala Games and 888 go together. It's like they just latch onto their scamming bags.
There's 3,333 of these orbs. I can share so people can see what the hell we're talking
about.
So I never owned an 888 because I missed the mint and then I didn't want to buy.
Yeah.
Like, why would anyone after that
you could burn them?
Why would anyone after the experience of that rug want to mint anything else associated with his projects. Like that's what I don't get, right? Like did he ever deliver anything that of value with his other project?
Some
This
sort
is
of
the
a
value.
collaboration.
If you burn
This is
3
it?
of them, you can get one of these.
So this is the thing.
It's one of them at least.
Yeah.
Another
Wait, is
one
it
was
dropping
the
today?
FCF ballers.
It's already
that
it's
aren't
It's
already
even-
on
live.
sale. It's
It's
live.
live right
It's
now.
live. It's
uh,
dutching very slowly,
yeah.
I was told.
Yeah, it was
Like
supposed
very
to do like
slowly.
it was
It started like 8
48
hours ago or
hours.
something.
It was originally supposed to be 48 hours. Yeah, so it's at 9.46 and there's that to me. Yeah, see, it says 0 NFTs purchased, right? I don't
That's
think any
that's my count if I were to have
Yeah.
bought them, I think.
It says 2,400 remaining.
Yeah, because somebody else
Yeah,
posted a screenshot.
there was
that
900
they had
and,
44 purchased.
there was 900 that were pre-sale minted.
Mhm.
So
So none of
I
them
would say
minted yet.
there's less than 50 that have been at least, but there might be 0. I mean, the floor is like 4, isn't it? On
Because of all the
OpenSea?
pre-sale mints, like people are already minted and trying to punt them. Is that what you're saying? They got them cheaper.
Yeah, so if you had 3 of the 888s, you could burn them for 1. Those have a floor of like 1.1, and I think the sales have been in that range.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there have been sales in the as low as 3.69, but as high as 4.9 was like the first sale though. So yeah, the last 2 sales are from someone we know. Actually, I don't know if anyone else is looking at this activity right now.
People are already selling the orbs.
Um,
Who is it?
Like,
someone that
are
we
they-
know made 7 ETH. I don't know if they
Are they a
already
friend of
had-
ours or like just
Yep. They're in the chat
Oh.
right now. Literally
I don't
chatted
know.
just now.
What's the
Oh,
collection?
The orbs by BT.
How
Okay.
how many?
SC
look.
saying this will kill 888. Sell now. I think is what he's saying. Get out while you can.
Yeah, that's a sharp
Oh, yeah,
analysis.
sharp,
from
Knows it.
someone.
sharp.
How
Says that
many of the
Alfred's bags
888s
are-
did you have, SE? Have you just been sitting on a bunch of those? Because 888 was promising that the floor would hit 8.88. What did it max at? Did it ever hit 5? I remember it ran up like crazy and we were all pissed because we sold it like 1 and it went over 3. I know.
You got over.
I remember
3
selling
for
mine
sure.
around 2, and then they kind of crashed. Like, has anybody actually gotten a lot of value if you're holding
Well,
them from those passes?
SA has now at this point. He was holding 8 for months. And then he
8?
went and
so-
burned them.
So you could burn 3 of those. Okay. Can you? You can't still do that anymore, probably.
I
Can
think that's done. Yeah, I think the burn ended earlier today.
because those are
and then
down to
they started.
0.9 now. I just
Was that what it
checked.
is?
Yeah.
So here's my problem with these is the utility section. It says there are potential benefits to include boosts in earning based on rarity. So there's not even like a locked in, like it will be used in this game to earn this. It's like whatever Gala decides that they want to do is you're at there.
I guess that's not much different than Vox when it was released, though, right? Like we didn't.
But that
no one
wasn't-
really knew what it was going to earn.
What were the prices?
Much
on the,
much different price point though.
Yes,
Those were like
fair.
3,
fair.
2.5,
Yeah.
3, right?
Fair.
Well, to mint those was 0.24 after gas that first time around, and we knew, like they at least said these are Town Star. They're going to be used in this Town Star game.
Yeah.
We'll be able to earn with them, and then they ended up delivering it. These, like, it's just maybe you'll get to use them sometime, whenever, I don't know. Out on the
Ugh.
orbs, I think.
Yeah, there's 0 chance that I'm.
What if? So now the question is there a price point that you would like? Say this Dutch goes all the way to 0, right? Like, would you buy in at 3 if people are buying on secondary at 4 right now? Like, is there a price point that you could see it? Because I think there probably is a price point where it makes sense to buy it. Like you said, if we find out at some point what the earnings amount is, then there could be a break-even point that's worth buying.
I'd maybe buy one if it went under like 1.5. I don't think I would touch it above that, but
Yeah. The problem is I don't want to hold this for months on end and
Yeah,
have 3 ETH tied up in something like this. And
Yeah.
then the Dutch auction is going so slow that the market is just always going to keep it efficient to
yeah,
where your margin to flip it quickly is just not going to be there.
yeah,
So
like this
that's
isn't something I want to
that's my
hold,
take.
right? So like, what's the upside? But
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, and not even that. Like, I'd purely be buying this to flip it and just to make
Oh, yeah.
ETH. And so, and if I failed, I would just be dropping it. I would be self-dutching this so hard just to get it out because I don't like 888 and I would feel bad about giving him money, trying to make money myself. So if I failed to make myself money, it's not worth it for me personally.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
and it's not even an orb. That was what the top comment
It's a
on the
beam.
BT video was
Yeah,
like.
it's like a
Those
little
are
shape thing.
triangles. It's like he's not wrong. It did look like a triangle.
Yeah.
This one's like an 8 version. I think there's different. They said there's 9 different like shapes.
Yeah.
But
Now,
I
if
don't
they
know.
did this as an Art Blocks curated 1,000 collection, I'd fire on that.
100%.
Did you fire today?
No, I skipped
No,
it.
you didn't.
It actually
good.
did okay.
Did it?
It sold out at like 0.5. It looked like one that would go all the way to 0.1, but
Yeah,
it sold out a
just-
little higher. But I don't think the floor is above it. So
It's just not a game
well,
I
I
want
think
to play anymore.
like Chung got one at like 0.3. I think they started going. 0.2 is when they started going.
Yeah.
That's right. Because I was watching around 0.3 and 0.2, and it was the old adage of like you could go at low gas at 0.3 or max gas at 0.2. You can pick. So I don't know whether they ended up being a winner or not. Like Lou said, I'm probably around mid price.
yeah,
Let's see. Do we want to talk brands and protecting their IP? Do we want to try to get legal with stuff? Or what else do we want to chat about? Do we want to talk cool pets? I want to talk cool pets. I don't really want to talk legal stuff.
Let's talk cool pets.
I'd rather spend the 2.5 ETH for a cool pet than even if this orb
An orb.
got down there.
Yeah.
Because you know what you're getting at this point in the demand.
Easy loves Wordles.
ED wants
Confirmed.
more Wordles.
I think here's a good question. I want to go find other groups that are talking cool pets to see if we are being too bullish on cool pets, because in our little Discord, we're currently talking cool pets and we love it. We're the milk gifts are flying. The should I sell X for cool pets are flying. Should I sell Y for 10 cool pets? It's all over the place. So this is when my alarm bells go up as far as like we're too bullish on things. However, if you're gonna bet on a brand like in NFT world, you've got apes, doodles, maybe, and then cool cats. Like
It's a price thing for me. If cool pets were 8 Ethereum or something, you know, but the fact is all these things in that range, like Karafuru is there. It's all new stuff. And at least Cool Pets is an established brand. And it's just, I don't know, maybe this is a larger market macro view, but to me, a lot of the new things just are dying off fast. So I don't know. It's kind of like, you know, Fanta Bear had that weekend, then it went up to 6 Ethereum and then it's back down. And Carafu had something where it was like a 4-hour period, it doubled in price, and then that comes back down. This, like, you know what you're getting, and you already see the roadmap of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe people just don't trust the new brands.
And also just on price point, I was listening to the weekly open with Don Alt, Ledger Status, and some other guy. And they were talking about how it's a harder climb from 1 ETH floor to the 2 ETH floor than it is from like 2 to 10 even. They were talking about that of like Azuki hitting the 10 ETH floor is a good baseline too, because if you hit 10, you can hit 20 or 50 fairly quickly after then, because that was the run up for Bored Apes kind of. So I also think the price point is nice to be able to have a good run up from 2.5 where it is now up to 10 potentially, especially if there's utility moving forward, which there will be. And I've already been able to enter a raffle as a cool pet owner. So I think there's going to be extra drops there. And I know that's something you, Babs, have loved as being an Abe holder, as far as just the tangential benefits you get from other communities. So I might be a pet owner. I really like the pets.
I think people overlook that, like getting whitelist opportunities. Like it actually matters if you have, like, if someone who has a doodle and a mutant ape
God.
right
Yeah.
now, like they get almost every
Cool
whitelist. If you
cats.
had one of both of those, what was that? What was that screen for? I missed it.
The white
I-
paper.
The
So-
white paper.
So
Um,
I'm embarrassingly the only non-cool pet owner now. I had
You sold
to.
yours?
I had to. I'll admit I sold both of them. And I have reasons, right? So I'm not, has nothing to do with not being bullish on the pets. Like, I really like the pets. I like the idea of it. I think they're going to crush. I sold them for two reasons. One, I was licking my wounds from Raid Party and Pixelmon, and it was an easy win. Sold both of them, made myself feel better. At the end of the day, sometimes making myself feel better is better than holding NFT bags, right? Like, I always like to go up. When I go down, it doesn't feel good. So that was one of the reasons. And the other reason is I just couldn't manage another bag where I had to interact with it. Like I started thinking, like, I have DeFi Kingdom, I have Etherworks. I just didn't want another. I have Raid Party, so like, yeah, obviously I probably should have sold Raid Party for cool pets, but I just didn't want another thing where I was going to have to click buttons every day. So like, might be a dumb reason, but that was my reasons.
Yeah, that makes sense. And like that's something that that's why I didn't do Raid Party. Honestly, it's like the opposite. Like I had the same thought with Raid Party, and I have a cool cat, so I'm already getting the passive, so it makes sense for me to continue with cool pets. Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm actually considering selling an orc to get another pet, going the other way than you, Babs.
Yeah, see, where my argument was, like, the floor of cool pets is always going to be tied to the floor of cool cats.
Yeah.
Where Etherworks, to me, they don't have that invisible ceiling. In my head, they have more upside that way, but maybe I'm wrong. Like, I just think their Etherworks are less tied to what the main collection would be, I guess.
Yeah, they're more Genesis-y.
Yeah, and if they ever build, like, they're slowly building, where cool pets, like, their game might be a little bit more ready. They have a bigger team, where Etherworks to me are something I'm kind of okay just to hold for, a couple months, where maybe cool pets might run up quicker than Etherworks, but I don't think the ceiling's the same as what Etherworks could be, is my argument.
Yeah.
Well, and like, if people are buying the pets specifically for the quote unquote passive income of milk, Zug has been a really solid earner for people at the price point. And so if an orc is a little bit more pricey than a pet, you're getting the Genesis. So you're essentially getting the cool cat of the Ether Orc universe.
Yep.
And then you have that. So there's a chance to run up and for us to find a different stasis as far as price point for these token emitting NFTs. I could see that, Babs.
Well,
Yeah,
I think
so
with
that was my
pets-
reasoning. I know, obviously could be wrong.
With pets, we were talking earlier today, and there's some ambiguity on how much a pet's going to earn on average per day. But if you do like some basic math, 3 of these pets can out earn 1 cool cat, because cats can just be staked and earn passive milk, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But the pets, you could take 3 of these for 7.5 and out earn a 10.1 cool cat. So, like Bab said about the invisible ceiling, if they're going to reward pets at a greater rate just because you're having to interact with them and engage, I think we could see a higher multiple of value than we do now. Cats are at like 10.1. I just checked. So it's about 25%. But
Yeah.
there's only, like, there's really no reveal for these that, I mean, they're going to hatch, but we don't know about rarities, or we don't know
if it
there be
matters
some
because
that perform better than others? We have no clue. It's very not a lot of
But they're
detail on
gonna
it.
they're gonna hatch based upon you interacting with them, correct?
Yes, so
yeah.
you have to like give them items, and the items that you give them will turn them into a certain element, but it's not published what you would have to do. But what I
So
was going to
here's my question: is do these feel like passive income earners when you have to do so many things to burn the milk? Like, which is it's a great like thought for
no,
the milk system,
No.
but like, are you actually earning anything if you're trying to level up your pet the whole time?
This is P2E more than passive, in my opinion.
yeah, it's one of those things. Like I hope that the more somebody engages, their earning potential goes up. Kind of like Raid Party, right? If you were engaged and you're making the right decisions, and there's game theory involved, like that's a game. If this is just going to be trying to get out of this without somebody slapping DeFi Kingdoms in my face. But if this is just going to be like click and you get milk and then you move on.
I did have a question that was DeFi Kingdoms related, similar to this leveling up thing. Do you think people are going to pay a premium for higher leveled ones? Because people talk about this like keep it as an egg thing. But do you think
Yeah.
there's any benefit? Like there's going to be a race to leveling. Like the first to have a fully leveled pet, is that going to specifically that one be a premium? Like I know there is like first to level 10 in DeFi Kingdoms. Like is that going to have a premium, or do people would they not even know the difference?
We
The
always
different
argue that people will pay for time, right? Like time is always
they
money.
will.
If they
Yeah.
can skip the 3 weeks
Yeah.
of putting the time in, right?
Like World of Warcraft, people
Yeah.
pay big bucks for a fully 100 level or whatever. Now, what are they, 120 now or something?
Yeah. So it's kind of the same for both examples, DeFi Kingdoms and this, is eventually they will when there's a lot of people need to see it on paper, like a clear utility of the higher level. Like
Yeah.
even in DFK right now, like you can see a little bit of premium for higher levels. And I know like in here they're talking about they'll have crafting and housing, and you can fight with the pets. Maybe at that point when that comes out, we'll be able to tell like can a level 10 out earn a level 1 by 5x or something, making the numbers up. But
Yeah.
I don't know. You're kind of investing time now hoping that someday someone will enter the game and have a lot of money and say, I'm not going to sit here and grind. I'm going to go buy a level 20 off the marketplace for 5x the floor because it took that person 2 months to get there.
Yeah.
And that has happened with the orgs, where the Zug bonus does dictate the floor price for those individuals in a lot of ways. Shout out to, I think it was Keegs. Wasn't it Keegs who just had a plus 27 sale
Yeah.
last week? So I think it does. It's the idea of, oh, I get passive income now. It's very straightforward of like someone else put the time in and played the game correctly, and then I sold it, or now I can buy it and then get that passive income. So I do. I'm I'm currently team Tony and team Easy of just keep the egg an egg, do
Yeah.
nothing with it. So I need to read the white paper to see what
I
that
mean,
means as far as costing me and on earning milk potentially.
yeah, you won't earn, but you will. I think the benefit of like time and what we know with a lot of these games is there's 4 elements and there's different items that are involved. If you don't level it up, you can find out what the optimal way to level it is too. So some people might want an egg because they find out, oh, like the fire ones are the best and these specific items are the best ones for fighting, and you grow it from the bottom up. So I think that's where like keeping it as an egg will still have demand.
Do you think
You
that would sell for
can.
enough of a premium though? Like to me, the Clone X vials and the mutant serums, like that eventually had, a supply shock where there wasn't enough to go around. Where this one, like there's only 4 different elements and you don't really know the rarity until you spend the time to level it up. Like I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around why an egg would sell for a premium versus something that's been put the time in to get fully leveled. Do you know what I mean? Like, like that's where I'm struggling with this one, like on the decision to keep it as an egg.
I've only thought of it the way that I just described. Like the idea that someone's going to
Yeah.
want to find out which of these are best in combat and grow it from the bottom. Because at some
But then they're
point,
already so far
it's gonna be
behind the
faster.
people that already did that.
Are they
right?
though?
Like,
Because what if they have other eggs and cats and they already have all of this milk and they can level it
And
up
all the
without
items
questing
and
as
stuff.
much?
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I think
Maybe.
quick level later on.
Yeah. I did want to
Maybe.
point out for the I don't have more time crowd, you can stake your egg without it hatching and earn milk by doing
Yeah.
nothing. It won't hatch. You won't earn as much milk as you would if you engage, but that's what this page is. You can just stake the egg by itself and earn milk.
And
passively.
cat holders can send them to daycare and rent them out, and you could quest for us.
Yeah. So
Excited to use that at some point.
That's kind of interesting about as far as the questing for them. They're going to have to do it through the UI and not do it just through contracts because an auto quester will just
Yeah.
eat those up.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, I was going to ask you about this, Danny. They made an announcement in Discord today, and their website. They said they're putting in rate limiting. Is that to like what's that do? I'm dumb.
Yeah, that could be for because there's a couple different styles of auto questers. I know somebody that's over the pond has done some auto questers where it's just clicking. Like literally, he'll train his mouse to go here, 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 and then
Yeah.
it'll do the task for him. So it's to rate limit those is what they're talking about on the website. What I'm thinking through is direct contract interactions of I'm going to do this to my NFT is what I think they're going to have. Based upon the drop mechanic they had, it's going to be no problem to implement a signature hash that you have to get from the website to go quest. So I believe it's going to be all website based and it's going to be literally clicking for milk. I'm now talking myself out of milk because God, it just seems like it's a grind. It's going to be poop socking for some milk.
Yeah.
That's where I was
this-
worried. Like, I just didn't want another poop socking game.
It'll be interesting. My white paper rating is probably like a 6 out of 10 here, just because it's not very detailed in like the tokenomics part of it. It doesn't talk about like the burn rates and where does the milk go when it's spent. Like it's hard from a tokenomics perspective to know, like, is it a good model or not? I'm guessing tomorrow, maybe we find out more, but I don't know. We'll see.
I'll tell you one thing though, the Zug tokenomics are good. Keep burning Zug.
Yeah.
Zug,
Yeah.
Zug burn.
But like, I actually think the milk seems like that's their goal. Is like you have to do all these things and burn your milk to level your guy up, right? Like as long as people just constantly are burning milk, it feels like pretty easy tokenomics. But yeah, like Gump said, they haven't really explained it too well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just confused.
Counterpoint
'cause-
is like I'm pretty low IQ with this because I like ETH is fake money to me. So milk I get from a thing that's on ETH is super fake money. So if you let me get a Cool Cat sweatshirt with milk, like milk sync, got it. I'll pay for that in a heartbeat with this token because it's meaningless to me.
But do you not think that you can sell it? Like I always think of that as, yeah, I'm still like it's not worthless to me because I can sell it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I also think I know that I can sell my ETH for USD right now and pull it to my bank account in 3 to 5 business days, but I don't.
Fair.
I gamble with it. I'm going to fire off a ton at these cereal JPEGs that maybe I can get some cereal sent to my door. Like, what is this? So the brain, it's broken.
Oh man, guys. So I have a hard pivot for you guys right now that's happening.
Yeah.
But I got tagged in a post by Farouk, because he went on Lucky Trader in our previous video that says like is Rug Radio changing NFTs or whatever went on there. So now Farouk and Deez follow me. on
Wow.
Twitter. Big day, big
Wow.
news.
Congrats, Lou.
But he tagged the wrong Tyler, R.I.P. Tyler, but that's
the Know Your Horses guy.
Know Your Horses Tyler, who's also, I mean, technically he's also connected to Lucky Trader, but yeah, talk about SEO. Change the title of that. and worked out. So,
Wow.
Love it.
yeah, big
Good
pivot
job,
there.
Blue Dog.
But yeah, so I don't know. Cool pets to me, I think if I didn't have a cool cat, probably wouldn't even be this hard into it. But I almost feel like from buying a cool cat, I want to at least try it out and see where it goes, because it could be good. And like someone was saying before, is this the first like PFP project that actually became a working game? Because POW has the token, but you can't do anything with the token, right? Yet.
I don't know,
So
Babs. Can we do anything with it?
Can't do anything, and it's
It's the
basically
standard.
worthless.
Why would you release a token without a sync? Why would you do that?
Hey,
The
I
sync is
sunk it
people
that
selling it.
first 2 hours. I sunk it really well,
Yeah.
actually. Thank you.
The sync is everyone just is selling it when they claim it.
That, okay, I need
But
to
so-
sell
so-
some Jupiters. This is so stupid.
No, so like they actually plan on having like there's only so much of it getting released, and they plan on having it like a gamified version, like not the full Meta Hero game, but something at some point. So like if you think that's actually going to happen, no, it's trading sideways. It's barely going anywhere.
Yeah, in the last what's that, 6 hours? Let's see.
TA.
So 0.545. Right now, it's $675 a month. At that price, $8K for a year. However, to buy a Meta Hero is what?
Too much.
12K?
Yeah.
15K?
Mm.
So it does cost more right now to buy a Meta Hero versus what you would stake it over a year's worth of time. That's Tony's favorite analysis at this exact moment in time. So what's this, Jewel? Jewel's on the way back up.
Speaking of, are you going to the thing tomorrow?
Yeah, so that was the other thing I was going to announce. So ETH Denver, DeFi Kingdoms is having an ETH Denver event tomorrow. I'm going to try to check it out. It's at like noon here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to check it out, see if Frisky's there.
He's going to be there. He said
Maybe
he's
see
wearing
if
a
he'll let me
mask
do
and some glasses.
He's going to wear a mask.
Yep. He wants to stay anonymous. I'm just like, bro, just...
I'm going to have to try to take a selfie with Frisky Fox.
He said he'll take pictures.
Oh
So
my
yeah,
God.
they'll all be there. So
Maybe I'll
I
get
know
some
if you-
merch.
they have free merch, Lou.
I
Just
should tell
load-
him we do a stream and be like, hey,
bring
can
the
I
duffel bag.
and then we just give out some merch
Yep.
on
I'm size
stream.
extra large, please. So
I would
just
love some Jewel merch, please.
just grab it all. But they did say what?
Never mind. I was gonna go backwards. Keep going. They
I'm
did
not
say
gonna
what?
they-
unmask. Not gonna unmask him, but
They said
I
the.
mean,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say maybe Hard Rock Nick's gonna be there. He likes to support Jewel,
Maybe.
right?
Yeah. But they're making big announcements, I guess, is what they said during the AMA today at the event. It's like stuff that we won't know until they release the audio afterwards. So we're hoping you'll give us a little play-by-play.
So
What's
Lou,
going
yeah,
on?
Lou, have a charged cell phone, and then you could broadcast it. Just
No
in
cell
honor.
phone policy, Danny.
Are you
Is there
serious?
no cell phone policy on it?
Dead serious. Yep.
How am I supposed to take pictures?
Well, they'll let it's so
Let me
the
take a picture.
the event where they're going to do all the
Like, no Wi-Fi
announcements
or-
is going to be after the whole meet and greet thing. Because somebody asked if they're going to live stream it. They're worried about doxing team members or people that are there that don't want to be on a stream or anything. So I get it.
I mean,
but
I'm going to ask him if he's available on Thursday nights at you know,
that'd be cool.
hey,
Any
if
night.
you want to. Ooh, what if we released the notes,
A token.
a patch notes episode where you had to go on to the Club MGMI.
Actually,
stream?
Lou, once we end broadcast, I have an actual idea that
for
we can
that.
float.
Okay.
All right.
I mean,
content.
we did try at one point in time to get Ella on this show, but she just do podcasts. That would have been one of our top watch shows, I think, if it happened. But
Oh, really?
We
believe
potentially
so.
have our best guest ever next week, maybe.
we do have some in the docket.
I'm pretty hopeful that it might be our best guest we've ever had next week, next Monday.
Yeah.
I do want to point something out though. we've had Davis Maddock on the show.
No,
We've had Peter Overzet on the show.
no, we've had great guests.
EC
I just,
Blogger
had-
is actually a pretty big name that we got on like our third episode.
We had
Maddie.
Carlini. Yeah, we had Maddie from
Carlini was
DCL on the show.
This one's like Carlini level. Very Carlini level for our next guest.
Who were the guys that made those little robots? What were those called?
Rovi.
Oh,
Rovi.
Yeah, Rovi.
Rovi, I forgot about that. Yeah, that was good too.
Yeah.
No, we've had great guests. I just like this one's kind of. It'll be fun. Hopefully,
It should be fun. I hope he just like goes off. Nah, I think he'll be cordial.
We'll have to figure it out.
We'll find out
see what
later.
happens. We don't want to say too much.
just don't count our chickens before they hatch.
Oh, Magic is up pretty well. 4.5.
Everything feels kind of up today.
It's
even,
true.
even Ethereum in the last like hours.
Stop.
We had Ori. We had Ori on a stream.
Come on.
All right. Well, that's my cue to land the fucking plane because Babs ruined the rest of my life. by mushing
We're
the
back
Eve
over
price.
Okay.
3K.
Let's timestamp. It was at $3,026 when Babs made his freaking egregious comment. So we'll check back in an hour.
My last DGen leverage play got licked, so I don't even know if I have powder over there, but I'm gonna go do it. Thank you all for hanging out with us. It's been a lovely evening. Come check out our DeFi Kingdoms stream Thursdays over on Twitch, twitch.tv/clubngmi. Gump, can you point to your jewel on your other one? Yep. Perfect. Shout out to Jewel. Hopefully we'll have some sick alpha. Maybe we'll bother Lou. I think we're gonna need Lou on Thursday to give us some boots on the ground takes from DeFi Kingdoms
He's booked.
over in East Denver.
Oh man.
The worst part about Twitch is everyone's usernames in the chats are all stupid. It's like Gump, 20 letters because I don't have all the
Straight
names are
Gump.
taken. It's so annoying. Anyway, it's the worst part about Twitch. Like,
Every day, I check 4Bab's daily recap. No recap. I wake up at night, sweats, and check. Still no recap. Do something. Where's Ja? I'm literally shaking right now. Pete hasn't been here in days. Can he make Babs do a recap? Why is gas so high?